Hello, this is Christy Falk with Create with Christy. Glad you're here with me today. This is usually my Facebook/YouTube live slot. I always have a Facebook Live, YouTube Live on Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, but I'm not home on Friday this week. I'm home right now, of course, but this is recording at the day before I leave for my crafting retreat I'm in charge of for my church, and it starts on Thursday, so I won't be home, and I wanted to make sure you had a video to watch, though, in the meantime. It's not going to be quite as much fun for me since I can't interact with you. You're not really here while I'm taping it. But if you do have any questions, when I get back, I'm going to look at all my comments. Just comment below with your questions, or if you want to say that you like it. You can still interact with the video. I just won't be able to interact talking to you. But I'll come back and answer all your questions or comment thank you. And if you share my video, I'm still doing that. If you share the video, you'll get all 5 cards that I'll be showing you today. 2 of them I'll be showing you, 3 of them I'll be demonstrating. And I'm not going to be drawing for the winner for last week just because I'm recording this on Wednesday and I said you had through Thursday to share the video. So I want to make sure everybody gets a chance. And then when the video is done on Friday, I will make a post and let you know who won last week's cards. So, but if you do share my video, I really appreciate it when you do. But when you do, please make sure you comment shared so I know that you shared it. There are a lot of times I can't tell if you've shared or not. So make sure you, after you share, come back and comment shared. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to start showing you some of these products. See if I get this to work. There we go. I want to share you about the coordination product release. This is similar to what they did last year. They've come out with some die sets to some of the celebration and mini catalog stamp sets that didn't have dies originally. And if it happens like last year, these things are going to sell like hotcakes. We had, I don't know if you remember that frog set we had last year, but they sold out super fast. So make sure you don't wait till the end, March 31st. They'll definitely be gone by March 31st, but they could be gone way before that. So make sure you get them as quickly as you can. And I'll hurry up and go to the next screen. These are 4 of the die sets. This one on the left, the top is Nature's Thoughts dies, and that goes with the Positive Thoughts stamp set. Then the one right below that is, and that's in the mini catalog. I can't remember if I said that. And then the Ladybug stamp set below it is in the Celebration. It's a host set. You get that automatically when you have a $300 order, whether you do it yourself or you have a workshop. And I have different workshops, Facebook and catalog workshops. And if you're interested in that, just comment below and I'll get back with you when I get back from my crafting retreat. Then the top right one, the die set is called Special Days Dies. And as you can see, the prices are all underneath. Now, these are U.S. prices. I'm a U.S. demonstrator, so these are all U.S. prices that you're seeing. And that Special Day Dies, they coordinate with the Special Someone stamp set that's in the mini catalog. That's the one that I don't have. I actually have everything else. So I'm going to be able to show you all these products up close and personal here in a few minutes, just not the Special Days dies. Hopefully I'll be able to get that sometime. And then the bottom right one is Sending Flower dies, and it goes along with the Sending You Thoughts set. It's a greeting set that's in Celebration. So the 2 bottom ones are Celebration. Say you buy the Sending Flowers dies for $27. Then if you add another $23 to that total in a product, then you can pick out the Sending You Thoughts stamp set for free. So a pretty good deal. So let's go ahead, and the reason I'm showing you these pictures, I'm going to show you the die sets, but I wanted you to see the neat projects that Stampin' Up! Came up with. I think they're really neat looking. Let me zero in on them. Maybe you can see them a little better. But there's the one that's made with the Positive Thoughts stamp set, the Someone Special stamp set with that cute raccoon and squirrel. Then the little Ladybug set, and then Sending You Thoughts stamp set. Okay, now let's go to the next screen. This one you can see a little better. These are, the one on the left goes along with the Happy Birthday to You stamp set, which is a celebration. So once again, it's $27 for the die set. If you add another $23 to your order, you can get the stamp set free. And then the one on the right is Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper. This paper is so cute, and I'm going to be able to show you these up close so you can see what all the designs look like. But each sheet coordinates with the punch. So isn't that fun? I really love this paper. And I'll be demonstrating a card with that here near the end of the video. And then I wanted to show you one more thing. What this all is a flyer that Stampin' Up! Gave us, and I'm just showing it so you can see all the pictures up close. So there's another card with the positive thoughts and happy birthday. Actually, those are the same ones I just showed, just zeroed in a little better so you can see them. Aren't those pretty? I love the cake stand that you get with the die set. They really were thinking with these dies. It is so cool. Okay, let's go ahead. Excuse me. I'm going to show you. Let me switch cameras here. I'm going to show you the, let's see, the positive thoughts one. Here's the die set. I love how there's a frame. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see it. It's just, now it doesn't cut out this inner section right here. It's just a rectangle with this neat border around it is what it is. So it does some embossing on it. And then you've got some extra things that don't go along with the stamps, that don't cut out the stamps, I should say, but they still coordinate with them. Love this border here. Extra little things to put behind the flowers, a little butterfly. But then all these framelets right here will die cut some of these images. Like this one will die cut this one. Now sometimes the pictures on the front don't match up perfectly, but they do with the stamp set. So this one works up pretty good. So you've got one with the feathers, the butterfly, and the flowers. And this one will take some moving around, but it does, there we go, line up perfectly. So those are the dies for those. Isn't that fun? I love it. And I'll hurry up and show you a card I came up with it. Get these out of the way. And this one I will do a video event on YouTube. I won't have time. This would be a really long video if I did all the cards I made. But I really get this a little closer. But I had so much fun with this. And I'm going to show you in my video how to make that frame. So I will post here on Facebook and when you're on YouTube. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure that you click on the bell to be notified, and you'll know when I make the video and it comes available on YouTube. So I'll show you how to do that in that video. But isn't that pretty? I love the designs in that. So that I had a lot of fun. This is probably my favorite one of the cards I made yesterday. And then I've got one more to show you that I'm not making today, but I will in the later video, YouTube video. This is the Happy Birthday to You stamp set. Now this die set is cool. I didn't realize it did all this until I got the die set opened up. So it die cuts the whole cake. So that's cool in itself. Then this one will die cut just the flowers if you only want the flowers, or if you want to pop up flowers on the cake, or if you want to add more flowers to the cake. Isn't that neat? I was so excited when I saw that. This is probably my favorite die in this set. Very cool. And then you've got the neat cake. So what you do, you just cut off the little stand right here, and that can go underneath it. So I'll be showing that in a card here in just a second. And then we've got two neat things that you can die cut and put behind your cake and just make it really pretty. So that's the die set, the birthday dies that go with the Happy Birthday to You. And this is the celebration set that if you place a $50 order, you get for free. And let me show you the card real quick. And that positive thought set that I showed you just a minute ago, that one is in the mini catalog to purchase. So this is one I'm going to be doing. There's a lot of coloring to it, so that's why I decided I'm going to just do this as a regular video. That way I can speed through some of the coloring. But there's my pretty cake stand, and I even popped up the flowers. I wanted to show you how to do that. Isn't that? I really like that. This is the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper, in case you were wondering, that I used from the annual catalog. So I'll have a video for that, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and to get notified. Okay, now I'm going to show you, let's see, let's go with this card first. This one is the one that goes with the Sending You Thoughts stamp set. This is a celebration that you get free for $50, a $50 order, that is. Said that wrong. And that's before shipping and tax. All the prices I quote are before shipping and tax. And then this neat set. This die is so cool. So I'll be showing you how to use that here in just a minute. Then you've got two sets of flowers, and they are the same flowers. And then we've got two banners that'll cut out some of the words that are in the Sending You Thoughts. And this is the one I'm using, the scallop one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start making this card, and then I'll just show you each thing, the rest of the things I've got here as I go along. So let me find my pack. I've got all this paper everywhere. Okay, this is the card base. It's an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of Highland Heather. I'm going to fold this in half. And let's see, what else do I want to do? Let's grab this piece of Whisper White. It can be a scrap, but this just happens to be a 3 3/4 by 1. And I'm going to grab the what's this I hear? Well, all I can say is, and then I can, for the inside, I'm not doing it today, but that goes along with, you'd be, let's see, what's this I hear? Well, all I can say is, oh, what could it go with? Happy birthday. Or there's just a lot of different things. I wish I could think. What's this I hear? Well, all I can say is you'd be better already. Or if loving, oh, this one would go with, if loving thoughts could heal, you'd be better already. But what's this I hear? Well, all I can say is happy birthday. That's probably the best one. It goes with it. Okay. Had a little brain lapse there for a minute. So what I'm going to do, ink this up with my Tuxedo Black Memento. I'm going to stamp this near the center. It doesn't have to be right in the center because I'll be die cutting it. But there's that. And that is actually all the stamping that's going to be done on this card. I know that's amazing, but that's all the stamping. So I think I'm ready to bring my die cutting machine in. Let me get that card base out of the way. Bring this in. Make sure it's completely in the video. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of mint macaron. This is a 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to put this beauty right over here. And pull this out a little bit so you can see it. I'm going to center it top and bottom and then bring it over to the right just a little bit. And as you can see, it's about a 4-inch circle. A little shorter than 4-inch. Now I'm going to put it through the Big Shot. I'm going to do it twice just to be on the safe side. And to be safe, I'm going to have it go this way too. Sometimes with these ornate ones, you go different directions. See, I just heard it crunch a little more, so I probably did cut through some more. I think that's got it because it cut really well from, oh yeah, see, that looks good. So I will put that to the side. I'm just going to get all of the die cutting out of the way so we can get this machine out of the way too. Now, when you look at this, you're thinking, oh, you're going to chop off those words. But I'm not, because with this one, for the scallop, they've actually got the cutting all the way on the outside, so the blade is on the border. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that it looks pretty centered. And that looks pretty good, I think. Looks about just as much as cut off from the bottom as on the top. Put that in. I think that just needs to be done once. Yep, see? And it fit. So that's ready to go. Put that here. And now I'm going to be doing a few sets of flowers here. I'm just going to grab some scraps. Doesn't matter which one I use since they're the same flowers. I think they've got this curved one, so then if you go and do it with this one, you can have it right up above it. It just helps to make it fit better on your cardstock. So it's the Highland Heather and Crushed Curry. I think I forgot to tell you the colors on those. So these are just scraps I grabbed out of my scrap bag. And it gives you 4 individual flowers. So you know what? I think I'm going to put these in my dish because I'm afraid these are going to get lost. I love my little dish. I probably should have grabbed another one. I've got another one this size. And then I could put cardstock in one and dies in the other. I'll probably remember that next time. And here are all the yellow ones, the crushed curry ones. I think I'm going to have to get a new plate. This one's got so many cuts in it. They're wanting to stick. There we go. And now I'm going to grab a scrap of Melon Mambo and cut these out. And these are going to be all the flowers I need. Because there are a total of 12 flowers in that big die cut. I just did that twice. There was really no reason to. These cut out real quick, as you can see. Let's get those scraps out of my way. Put these dies back. Get these in there. Yep, I'm definitely going to have to get a new cutting pad. Got one in my stash. I just hadn't gotten it out yet. Okay, let's get this out of the way because we're done with that for now. Okay, now I'm going to bring this in and show you how easy it is. I'm going to take this out. This big one is probably, you just have to play around with it, make sure you don't tear your flowers, because it's in between this real narrow pieces sometimes. There we go. They've cut very well. I'm just wanting to be really careful. There we go. Once it's almost out, it comes out real quick. So I might have to figure out a way to use this piece. I bet there's something we can do with that. Go ahead and put that over here at the side. And then there are a few little pieces to take out. Put that in there because I always lose my cap. Get all these out of there. Actually, they'll probably just come out better with my thumb. They're not that little. Could use my die brush too, but I don't want to get my little pad out. I might go ahead and get my pad out. Here we go. At least I've got it close by. So that's going to take out some of these little ones. Usually I still keep the die in there, but this will still work this way. See, that's taken out all those little pieces for me. Except maybe this one. I think those are being, there we go. So that's all ready to go, except for that little piece. So isn't that neat the way that die cuts that? So we've got these pretty flowers, and let me see if you can tell. Oh yeah, then it made little loops here, so it's got a nice little border that goes all the way around it. Okay, now we'll get this out of the way. Get all these. I don't know if I might need that in a minute, so I'll go ahead and hold on to that just in case I need it later. So now these are ready to go. I'm going to grab a silicone mat here because I'm going to be using some glue, and I don't want to get a bunch of glue on my workspace. These, if you wonder where these are in the annual catalog near the back. Then I'll grab my multi-purpose glue and get my little flowers. Now the big ones, I'm going to use this one, and I want to make sure I'm definitely lining it up right. So let's turn it around a little bit. Actually, that one looks a little smaller. You know what? There is a difference between the curved ones. Okay, this one's a curved one, so that one. Okay, the purple one was a straight one. That must be the big one. So I'm going to be doing these a little different than I did earlier. Okay, so some of these are different sizes. I didn't realize that. I thought they were all the same size. Live and learn. So the straight one is the big flower, and that's the one that's in the middle. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to take some glue. Just put little drops. Like I said, I'm not going to, last week I said I'm not going to edit it, so you're going to have to sit and watch me do this. It shouldn't take too long. So we've got my purple one in there. Now I'm going to grab one of the tulips. This is a crushed curry tulip. And it, if I get a hold of this, is going to go right here. Okay. And then let's go with a little pink flower. Now, the little ones I think are pretty much the same size. Oh, I should have made sure I had this right. You can eyeball it. Most of them are a little tall. They're not perfect circles. So you just make sure, normally if the narrowest petal, if it's pointing up, that you'll probably have it right. Okay, now let's see what else do I have here. Here's a pink one. I can do a pink one right here. And that fits pretty good. So we'll have to go ahead and take some glue on that. But I love how we've got little flower dies with this, so you don't have to have the leaves the same color as the stems. I really like that. I'd love to be asking you a question right now, but let's see here. I know I'm ready for spring. I'm sure a lot of you are too. Hasn't been too cold of a winter here. We've had some cool days, that's for sure. It's definitely a lot colder. It feels more like winter now. But we have had a lot of spring-like days. It's been a little crazy. Okay, this is here in Indiana, that is. That's where I live. There's my crushed curry. Let's grab a little purple, Highland Heather that is, flower. Now this is the one that has the most little stuff to do. The other cards won't take quite as long. I am going to be coloring in the ladybug and the flower for my other card, but that usually doesn't take too long. Oh, we've got a little bitty center that didn't want to come out. Okay. Oop, that one I might have got a little too much glue, but it'll be all right. see, well, that doesn't fit real well. There, that's better. Didn't take that long to figure out which way they go. Let's see, I think I want to do a purple tulip here. Highland Heather, I shouldn't just say purple, but there are so many purples. Now I'll take a pink Melon Mambo tulip, put it there. I'm getting a little faster at this now. Well, except I'm getting glue on my fingers, so it's not wanting to stick to the paper. There we go. And then I want to do one of my bigger yellow flowers. Okay, so remember, when you want to do the biggest flower on here, that comes from the straight die with the flowers, not the curved one. The curved one's got the smaller of the two big. Okay, and then one more tulip here. Let's see, since we have a pink one here, let's grab the Highland Heather. Get that going. And one thing I learned, they wanted to have the same amount of tulips and flowers on this. The one last flower is one of the 5-petal ones, but the only die cut that's left is the tulip. But it is the bigger tulip. So what I'm going to do, and it works just fine. I mean, you could always go and cut another one of these. That's fine, because it does look neat having another flower there. But I didn't want to have to do that, so I'm just going to put a tulip right over that. So there we go. Doesn't that make you think of spring? Very cute. Now, let's see, what do I want to do next? Oh, we're going to grab a piece of the Lily Impressions Designer Series paper. This is from Celebration. This is a 4x4 piece. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put some snail up here in the corner, around the corner, near the opening of the circle. I'm going to put a little bit up here too. I'll turn this over. I don't know if there's any wrong or right way. I think that's probably the right way. Now let me stand up here, because the thing is, this is 4 inches and so is this width. So I want to make sure I don't have any of my designer paper showing. I need to make it 4x4 so it would cover up that opening in that circle. So there we go. Isn't that neat? Now I'm going to put it on the card base. So just put some snail. It's another neat side. I thought about using one of those, but then when I saw it with that, I thought that looked pretty. So bring in my Highland Heather card base again, right in the middle. Now we're going to grab the greeting, and I'm going to put dimensionals on it. Just put one on each end. You could put one in the center if you wanted to, but I think this holds it up pretty well. Get that paper backing off. And it's going to go right here. And I'm going to line the edge, the right edge, with the right edge of the mint macaron layer. That looks pretty good. So there's that card showing off the Sending Flowers dies that you can purchase starting February 4th. Hope you like that. That was fun. Now, get this out of the way. I'm going to put these dies back. Since I'm using so many dies, I don't want to get them all mixed up. Put this where'd my big one go? Right there in front of me. Okay, now we're going to use the little ladybug. So let me find where I put that. So like I said, too, almost forgot to say, this is going to be one of the cards that you get if you share the video, and I draw your name next week. So you've got until next Thursday to share my video, YouTube and on Facebook. Both videos work. And these are 3 of the cards that you'll be getting. And then I'm getting ready to demonstrate the last 2. So let me hurry up and get ready for the next one. We are going to do, like I said, the ladybug. Oh, there it is. Forgot which side I put it on. So here's my card base. This is a Daffodil Delight piece, 8.5 by 5.5. Fold this baby in half, like I always do. And then I'm going to grab a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Coastal Cabana and a piece of the Bright 6x6 Designer Series paper stack that's in the annual catalog. I almost used the gingham, but I decided to use this one instead. I want it to be a little brighter. on the Coastal Cabana. My original thought had been the gingham, so either one would look good, but I decided to use this side instead. Okay, so that goes right across the bottom. Now I've already die cut this out. This came, I went ahead and got this. This is from the Stitch So Sweetly set that's in the mini catalog, the January to June mini catalog. I have used this a lot. If you've been watching my lives, I think I've used these last few lives. And that this was the die I used, the largest one, I think. Yep, so I used the largest one for that one. I went ahead and die cut that ahead of time. I'm going to grab, oh, I forgot to show you the, getting way ahead of myself. Let me show you these dies. Aren't they adorable? So there's the little ladybug set. This is the host set for Celebration. If you place a $300 order or you have a workshop that totals $300 before shipping and tax, you will automatically get this cute stamp set. And then if you get it, then you can purchase these dies starting February 4th. And I predict these are going to go really fast. And I love that we've got something for the flower. And I'm actually going to use both. There is one for the flower, the whole thing. Then there's one for just the petals on the top. And I'm going to be using that one because I'm going to pop that up a little bit. Then I'm going to be using this one because I'm going to do the ladybug, the flying ladybug. And then here, I'll just show you like it with that one. This lines up, oh, actually with this one. So all the ladybugs have a die set, or have a die that goes with them. Got this one. So you don't have to fussy cut your ladybugs if you've got this set already. There we go. And then we've got this one that just does the flowers. This does the flower and the stem. Very cool. And then we've got these extras. You can put a little grass underneath, a little thing for the flying ladybug, and I'm going to be using that. Some extra flowers and leaves. Really neat set. So I'm going to be using that one again and this one. So put the rest of these away. Get this out of the way. Now we're ready to keep going. Now I'm going to grab the Happy Birthday stamp that's in the ladybug set. Oops, I've got some of my cheat sheets falling down. Hold on, there we go. And I'm going to stamp, oh, actually, I picked up the wrong stamp. Hold on here. I meant, this is for my next card. I want the Happy Birthday one over here from the little ladybug. And I'm going to put that down here, across the bottom, a little over to the right. See if there we go. I looked at my screen to make sure I had it centered. So there we go. So it is over to the left. That's the way I want it. Put that over to the side. Now this is the same piece that I die cut it. This is a 5.5 by 5.5 inch piece. You can just grab a bunch of scraps to make this though too. Now I'm going to ink this up. And like I've shown before, whenever I do the Tuxedo Black Memento pad, I tend to twist it a little bit because I think it inks up a lot better that way. So I'm going to stand up because I'm using just about every bit of paper over here. Okay, so get that on there. Okay, grab my little flying ladybug, get her inked up real well. Put her about right there. Okay, now I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper because I only need the flower on this one. So I'm going to make sure I definitely get the flower inked up. I'm going to put it down here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so that's all I need to stamp. Get these out of the way. Oops. Get ink on my fingers again. Let me grab my chamois. Get my fingers. There we go. Looks like I smeared a little bit on that ladybug, but that's okay. Not too bad. So I'm going to hurry up and color these in. I'm using Daffodil Delight on the flower. So this is the dark one. So I'm going to make sure I get the centers, or bottom centers of these petals with my dark. Okay. Must be humid in here today because my ink's not drying. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get this little piece of black off of here so it doesn't hurt. There we go. So that's done. Now I'm going to grab the light Daffodil Delight and color in the rest of the petal. Like so. Whenever you use our Stampin' Blends, you have to use the Tuxedo Memento ink pad. If you use StazOn, it will smear because they're both alcohol based, the markers and the StazOn stamp. So now I'm going back over where the two shades meet and coloring over the dark and the light with the light. That way they blend together. So that isn't such a stark contrast, it's a little gradual. But I'm not going all the way to the end because that'll actually keep that even lighter. So that's ready. I don't know if you can see the shading in that or not, but there we go. Now I'm going to grab, actually, I did that wrong. I didn't even have to color that. Now you're going to have to sit here and watch me do it again. I am so sorry. I did not need to color that. So if you make this yourself, I'm going to go really quick. You need to just color this bottom flower, the partial flower, because that's the one that goes on top. I can't believe I did that. Now I wish I was editing the video. Sorry about that. But I promised it would be alive, so now you get to see all my mess ups. So I will go super fast here. Get this all colored in. You can see I use my blends a lot. You've seen me use them quite a bit here lately. But I really like them with this Ladybug. So I think it needs to be vibrant colors. So now I'm going back over where the two shades meet so they blend a little better. Now it'll be ready. So if you ever make this on your own, you do not need to color that when you've got the whole flower. All you need to color are the stems and the leaves. So I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green, the dark one, and I go wherever I want it to be dark. So it needs a little dark here since that's underneath the flower. And as you can see, I did a jagged line. I didn't make a straight line on that little center line. Because when you look at leaves, you're not going to have straight lines with the shades. So I want to make it look a little more realistic. I'm going to color this, and now I'm using my light Granny Apple Green. And a tip with these, don't scrub hard with these. A light touch is all you need, because if you do it too hard, the tips start to fray. This one's still in really good shape. I've got a few that are starting to look pretty bad just because they're used so much with my classes. So we've got that ready to go. Now I'm going to bring in my Poppy Parade. Oh, one thing I did forget. I didn't want this white section that's in the flower center, so I'm grabbing my dark smoky slate Stampin' Blend and coloring that in. I didn't want to use my basic black because I was afraid you wouldn't get to see the little swoosh that the stamp makes. So there, that darkens that up. That looks a lot better. So that was the dark smoky slate. So now I'm going to bring in my dark Poppy Parade. This is from the Brights collection. I'm just doing the dark here at the bottom of her wings, like so. And then this little part, just the very top where that black scribble line is, because that should be darker than the rest. I might bring the dark up just a little bit here. I want it to look jagged. That's always a trick. Now I'll bring in my light Poppy Parade. Color them in. I'm trying not to color over the dots because I do like that little bit of white. Looks like a little scribbly. Okay. So I always tend to make sure I get it all colored in the lines, and then I go back and blend. So just about done. Okay, now this one, just go over where they meet. You really don't have to blend too much because that black kind of, you can't tell where they meet. But here you kind of do, so I'm just going to blend where those two shades come together again. There. So that part of the ladybug's done. Well, this is the last of the coloring. These are petal pink. I'm going to take the dark petal pink, make little cheeks on this little ladybug here. Okay. And then I'm going to do the top line here darker with her hands. Skip a line. Do it here and then do her little feet. There we go. I know normally ladybugs probably aren't this color underneath. I know they're black, but I like doing the pink better. Now this is a light petal pink. Now I'm going to go over it, cover up her whole face, and that will leave her little cheeks looking rosy. And then I'm just going to do, I'm not blending with these stripes. I just wanted the stripes to be alternated. because I think that looks a little neater. So now she's all ready to go. Now I get to use my dies. So let's get those out. Get my die cutting machine out. Oh, better move this out of the way. Okay, there we go. I think that's in there good. Now we're going to start die cutting. I'm going to grab, let's see, let's do the petal. Oop, I got that upside down, so let's turn that around. There we go. And then we'll do the big flower. That way those dies aren't hitting each other. So you want to make sure that stem is all the way in that stem opening for the die. If I put the ladybug in, I don't think it's going to fit. I'll see. If it does, we'll just do it all at one time. Oh, it is fitting good. I wasn't sure if I stamped them far enough away from each other. Okay, hold on a minute. My computer's doing something weird. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to grab a cutting plate. Oh, this is cool. I can do all of them. I was really afraid that ladybug wouldn't fit. Okay, that's it with the die cutting machine. Because the next card is going to be using the punches. So we've got that. I love how it even cuts out these little things here. Then we've got the ladybug. So no more fussy cutting. I love it. Let me turn her over. Get those back in there. Now, oh, I take that back. I do have one more thing I want to do. Let me get that paper out of the way. Bring this back in. Get these little guys over here. We're going to do this little swish thing so it looks like a movement thing, so you can tell that she's moving. So I'm going to bring in my Coastal Cabana piece, and I'm going to have it go something like this. Angled a little bit like that. That looks pretty good. Bring it through, and this is going to make a little line so it looks like she's moving. Now I'm done die cutting. But isn't that cool? I hope you can see that. Okay, now we're done with the die cutting machine. Good. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in my rectangle, and it's going to go on the card. And I'm going to put it just about center, maybe up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit because I want to be able to see that neat little swirl. Okay, and let's go ahead and put this on the card base. Okay. Here's another one that makes you want to think of spring and summer, all the colors. Okay, remember, act like this is just white. I can't believe I did that. I'm going to go ahead and put some snail on it and some on the leaves, maybe a little bit on that tip of the stem. And put this about right here, kind of angle a little bit because I kind of like it off of the rectangle. Okay, now I'm going to bring this in, bring in some dimensionals. Let's just do 3 of them like that, just a straight line. And this is going to go over the flower. Get those paper backings off. Stand up so I can see a little better. And they line up really easy. And you do see a little bit of the stem here on the flower part, but that's okay. It lines up perfectly with the stem below. There we go. So now it's popped up. It looks really neat. I don't know if you can tell that in the video, but I like the way it pops up. And that's the only thing I want to pop up. So I'm just going to use snail on my ladybug. And I'm going to kind of line up right under here where this little valley is, where that line is. There we go. So there's the card. Isn't that cute? So this will be another one. If you share my video and comment shared below, you'll be put in the drawing, and you've got till next Thursday. And I'll show you all the cards again when the video's done. Okay, we have one more to do. Actually, I'm going to keep those dies in there because I don't need to use dies anymore. Now I'm going to bring in the, what is this called? Sweetest Punch Designer Series paper. I'm going to have to go to one of my screens here because I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Please is Punch. That's what it's called. Pleased as Punch designer paper. Isn't that pretty? Speaking of spring, I just love the colors in this. So these tulips can be taken out with this tulip builder punch. I hope the lighting is always so, there we go. You can see a little bit over here. But this goes along with the Timeless Tulip stamp set that's in the mini. So you can buy these together as a bundle, but you actually, it does help to have the stamp set. You'll see that when I make this card. So you can buy these as a bundle, and then the designer series paper is $11.50. And then you'll be able to definitely get a celebration item with that, I think. Or at least be close, as long as you get up to $50. I can't remember the price of that bundle, so you may not be quite there. You'll be close, though. So that's that paper, and this is the other side for it, so if you don't want to use the tulips. So I like that, too. The Granny Apple Green is the green of that one. This one goes with the, let's see, I know I got that out. Where'd I put it? Oh, here we go, the Thoughtful Blooms stamp set. This one is a celebration stamp set, so you get this free with $50. This is a flower punch that's also in celebration. This one you get free with a $100 order. So this punch will punch out these flowers. Let's see if I can get one lined up. Okay, this one right here. Right here. So that'll go right in there and punch it out perfectly. So you have a lot of neat little flowers. And I will show you how you can get all these flowers. You can do a little bit of cutting to get to them, because this is not going to reach, like this one here is not going to reach. Well, I guess it does reach, but it's not going to reach that one up here. So you just have to do some cutting a little bit, but just intricate. I'll just show you. It's not, you don't have to fussy cut it as much. I'll tell you that. It's a lot easier. Then, oh, and this is the other side of it. This really neat stripe. I like that a lot. Then we've got the hearts. This goes along with the Heartfelt bundle that's also in the mini. So here's the stamp set. And here are the two dies. Punches, I mean. I've been working with dies so much, I keep forgetting these are punches. And it comes with the regular heart die, which is in my left hand, and then the scallop heart. I'm trying to make it so you can see it. There's a scallop heart. So both of these will line up with these hearts. So if I did this one, that's how it lines up in that one. There's enough white space around that you can have a white scallop around it too. They've got the hearts far enough away. So two different options that you can use with these. Pretty cool. And then here's the other side to that one. Okay. Sorry you have to wait for me to move all this stuff. I want you to see it all. Get that paper out of the way. Now this one goes along with the Under My Umbrella bundle that's also in the mini catalog. And I can't remember the price on this. I should have checked that before I did the video. But here's the Umbrella Builder Punch. And that coordinates with this. So I don't know if you can tell. This one that's kind of like a folded umbrella would do these. And this one, of course, here along the top does these. And then the little handle, I think it does these. I'm pretty sure it does. They look the same size to me. Yeah, they do. But you'd have to do a little cutting to get to it. I'm going to show you how to do that with the tulips. As you can see, I've started to do it on here. This is what I'm doing a tulip card to show you how to do some things with this. So let me grab that. Bring this back out. This is the Timeless Tulips. Oh, we don't need the umbrella set anymore. We'll get that out of the way. So what I'm going to do, I want these two flowers here. No, I take that back. These two here. So what I'm going to do, you can tell I just kind of cut around. So I'm not really fussy cutting. I'm just going around real quick. Doesn't have to be intricate. And I don't want to get too close because the punch does have a white border for it. And then you're probably thinking, okay, how on earth are you going to get that in the punch and be able to hold on to it? Well, I'll show you a trick here in a minute. Since these two are so close together, I'm just going to go around. Hopefully I'm staying in the video. Sorry, I hope I stayed in the purple one. Go around it. I want to make sure I leave some space because these leaves can also be punched out right here. I'm not doing that with this card, but that is definitely a possibility. An option, I should say. So I'm going to go around here, and since this Calypso Coral one is so close, I'm just going to go bring it down, bring it around. Get that out. So I'm doing this now. If you don't care about saving a bunch of paper, you could also cut some off to get closer to it. But I wanted to save as many of these tulips as possible because I want to be able to use a bunch of them. But there's so many tulips. Oh, they're beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to use these. With this one, I can actually hold on to this one and put it in there. Just as long as I don't see any of this tulip in my leaf thing, I'm fine. Just as long as I get the Calypso one. So that lines up perfectly, so punch that out. Now this one, I'm going to have to grab my Post-it note. What I did, I made a little Post-it strip. It was right here. I'm making sure that I get part of the gummy part, so it's along the top. So this part's the gummy. I'm making a little handle. Actually, let's do it on this side. And you'll know why in a minute. Because if I'd done it over here, it would be getting cut up really bad with that leaf. So now I've got it over here. So I have something to hold on to. Now, that little piece here is in my way. So I'm going to hurry up and cut that off. And now it'll fit. It was getting down in the handle area. There we go. Here, I'm going to angle this to me so I can see it a little bit. There we go. Punch that out. And I'm going to do the same thing. And now because I didn't hurt this one, I can use this one again. Sometimes you end up punching off the gummy part, and that's okay. Because you can always just make another one. So here's my Highland Heather one. And get that in there a little bit. There we go. Did get a little bit of the Post-it, so I'll just take that off. Okay, so that's how you can get tulips and be able to save a bunch of them so you don't ruin them. So you've got tons and tons of tulips to use. And you don't have to fussy cut those out. Those punch out perfectly. Okay, now this is a super easy card. This is a piece of Calypso Coral, 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm only using 2 pieces of cardstock. This is the 8.5 by 5.5, and then a 4 by 5.25 inch piece of Whisper White. I'm going to bring in my scrap, which I think I covered up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat, which I thought I had. Oh, here it is. Because this is a photopolymer set, and it'll stamp a lot better if I use that. So first off, I am going to lay my flowers the way I want them to be on the card. Because this kind of helps me know where I want to stamp the stems. So that looks pretty good to me. So since I know that's where I want my purple one, I'm going to move these out of the way for right now. I'm going to grab my big stem. There are actually 2 stems in this set, but I'm only going to use the one because they all worked fine for me. I'm going to use my Granny Apple Green ink pad. Get it all inked up. Get this moved up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I know it's going to be kind of like that, so I'm going to move that flower out of the way. There we go. Now we're going to put this there. Now I got a little green mark, so I'm definitely going to want to make sure I put a flower over here. Now I'm going to ink this up again. You can tell I want it right about there. And I'm going to just have that hang over just a little bit. I don't want to hang it over too much. It's okay if it hangs over a little bit because the Calypso Coral card base it'll be underneath that. So I'm going to do this like this, move that out of the way, and stamp. Okay. Looks like I have got green on my block, so I'm going to make sure I get that cleaned off. Okay, now, so that one's going to go there. And now I want this one about here. Yeah, that looks good. So ink this up again. Put that about right there. Move that out of the way. Okay, we are ready with that. Now I'm going to put some leaves on here. So I'm going to put a few down here, like so. Now I could have used the ones in the paper too, but I wanted to use the stamped ones. So I'm going to make this real bushy down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to lay this down because I want to have a few leaves up here, so I don't want to go up too high where they get cut off. But there, that way this one's got some leaves on it too. Okay, so that's ready to go. Close this up. And now I'm going to go ahead and put all these tulips on. Don't need, well, I'll leave this out because I am going to need that here in a minute. Put some snail on here. Oop, that one's out. Get this one out now. Okay. And this one's going to go right up here like so. Then this one. And it's okay if I'm covering up the leaves. I just wanted to be able to see them a little bit. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I want to make sure I don't have this hanging over too much. So that's why I'm bringing it down a little bit more. There we go. And now we can also see that leaf a little bit more right there. I probably could have gotten by without putting a leaf there. On my original card, it worked out fine. The tulips are always going to go a little different than what you're doing. And that one can go there. And now I'm going to stamp Get Well Soon. It's also in the Timeless Tulip set. This could be a great Mother's Day, which there happens to be a Happy Mother's Day in this set too. And it's only January. I thought, well, I won't do a Mother's Day card yet, but this could definitely be the Mother's Day. See, there's Happy Mother's Day right there. So that's all ready to go. Now all I have to do is put it on the card base and it's done. So put my snail here. And here. And that's the last card. Very pretty. Okay, so let me bring let me get all this stuff out of the way here. I want to bring all the cards in. So if you share my video and comment shared below by next Thursday, you'll get put in the drawing to win all of these cards here. And I did not demonstrate these two, but I will be making YouTube videos, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching this on Facebook, there's a link to my YouTube channel below. Make sure you click subscribe and then click on the little bell so that way you'll be notified and you'll know when I make the videos for these two cards. But so everybody that shares my video and comments below will get put in the drawing, and you've got till next Thursday. So hope you like all those cards. Had a lot of fun with all these die sets. I'm just going to make sure you know everything about Celebration again. There's the shop. If you spend $50, you'll get to get a free thing out of the Celebration brochure. You pick out the one you want. There are a few that are for $100 orders. So if you bump it up to $100, you'll have the choice of getting two $50 or one $100 order. And that has to be on the same order. You can't combine orders. Then we've got the host thing. You've already seen the Ladybug stamp set. I just used that a little bit ago. So if you host a workshop, if you do it with me, I do my Facebook group, Facebook workshops where people can just come. I'll do videos and put up different things on your group page. You'll invite your friends to it. They can come and watch it. It'll probably last about a week. And then when the end of the week is over, all the orders will be placed under your host code. And if you get up to $300, you can get that free. There's also, you can just do a catalog/online store workshop, not have a Facebook group, just collect orders. They can order them online with the host code and you'll get the benefits for it too. And you can also do a $300 order yourself. That $300 will turn into free Celebration stuff, plus your Stampin' Rewards and this little Ladybug stamp set. And then the best deal of Celebration is joining my team. I'd love to have you join my team. It's called Christie's Friendly Stampers. Oops, I always hit the wrong thing. I want to bring that up a little bit so you can see what you can get for free. It's already a good deal. $99, you get up to $125 worth of product, current product, and for only $99 plus business supplies that you need. But during Celebration, for that same $99, you will also get this little mini cutter and a 6x6 assortment of designer series paper. They're some of the designs in the mini catalog and the Celebration catalog. And then you also get to choose an additional stamp set of your choice. Any current stamp set in any of the catalogs except for Celebration and the host sets that are in the annual catalog and the mini catalog. Those are the only ones you cannot get, but all the other stamp sets you can pick out. So you've got till March 31st to sign up for that. And you can click on the join my team links below in the video description. Okay, let me switch my screen here, find where I'm at. There we go. Hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun making all these cards. Like I said, as you know, this isn't live, this is a recording. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll get back with you when I get back from my crafting retreat. And I'll see you again next Friday, and next Friday it'll be live again. So look forward to seeing all you again soon. Bye.